How's it going, everybody? I am having some technical difficulties, mainly with cameras, but let's see if this works. There we go. Okay, making sure the right camera's on, not the old one. Okay, I am the Uncanny Omar. Thank you all so much for joining me today on this Saturday morning. My wonderful wife, the Astonishing Melanie, will be here a little bit later. She's getting her hair did. So, hopefully everybody's having a good weekend, good Saturday morning, Saturday evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Maybe Sunday, maybe. I just finished reading Killing and Dying by Tomine, and I'm gonna get started on Ducks. I need to read Ducks. That's on my list, and mine actually, I don't think mine has come in yet. Good evening, Leslie. I knew you were doing the Leslie Nielsen voice. That's awesome. Your comic book collection background never gets old. To gander at. Oh, thank you, man. I switch it up from time to time. Like that's new. That hasn't been seen yet, right? I didn't show that one yet. The Ultimate Spider-Man 2. What's up, Omar? I just got my hair did. Oh, that's what's up, man. It's happy hour somewhere. What's up, Craig? Long time no see since yesterday. Cody, I got your email, brother. Do you know the printer of Ultimate Spider-Man 2? I don't. I know the Ultimates was Donnelly because I just finished that one up. That particular book. This one is the no, I did stretch the spine on this one, so we're good on this one because I wanted to start reading it soon. I think I don't have my progressives on, so please excuse me. Believe it's Donnelly. It feels like Donnelly. Donnelly printer. Still got it. Smell it. Well, I took the plastic off to stretch the spine, John, and the smell eventually goes away. Dude, what's up? Super Laugh Hard. How have you been, buddy? Hey, Bad Wolf Comics. Happy Saturday, comic fan. Thank you, sir. Greetings from Poland. Good morning, Omar, and better late than never, Miss Melanie. She'll be here. She's coming. She's getting her hair did. I have not read a Marvel comic in 2 years or more, I think. Psycho Cleveland, why? Why not, buddy? You need to get on that, okay? I'm going to give you a list of books to read. And just like you sent me a stack of independent comics, I loved it, man. Thanks, buddy. What's up, Matthias? How are you, buddy? And my buddy Roy. Still mourning the loss of the greatest of all time, Kevin Conroy. Yeah. I talked a little bit about that yesterday on the Wakanda Forever review, and it hurt, man. It hurt. I was working on a video on what was it? It was the Spider-Man video that comes out, I think, next week. And it just hit like a ton of bricks. It sucks, man, because when you got to be in front of the camera, you got to be all peppy and talk about the books, and because you don't know when you're going to air the stuff. But it was hard. It was hard to get back behind back in front of the camera right after you learned that, your Batman passed away, because he was my Batman. And to a lot of us, he was. I mean, every time I read a freaking comic book with Batman in it, I use Kevin Conroy's voice. So that one sucked. That one hurt. So, yeah. Man, we've lost a lot of great creators lately. Thank you for the super chat, R0X21. Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. Watched Mask of the Phantasm and Beyond, Return of the Joker in tribute last night. Both of those movies still stand the test of time. I love both of those movies. The Return of the Joker, whether you're watching the uncensored version or the one that was edited, doesn't matter. They're both great movies. Indies rule. Okay, Marvel drools. Okay, I'll remember that. Buddy. I just bought the Cinema Paradiso collection from Moore and Kevin O'Neill week before he died, right? He passed away this week too. It's so crazy. Kevin O'Neill, not Alan Moore, just to clarify. Omar, use your mutant ability to tell the printer of the Omnibus came from. But I had taken the plastic off. That's why I couldn't smell it, man. Is it just me, or is there new people in here? I don't know. Is there new people? I see a lot of old faces. Not old as in age, but familiar faces. How about that? What's up, Kane? How are you, buddy? And my dude, Marvel Babs. What's up? Hello, Omar. Hope all is well from Birmingham, UK. We used to have a Birmingham, Alabama guy. Remember y'all would watch it together? I'm like, that's funny. So yeah, if you're new here, let us know. Omar, through your years of buying, have you noticed how long an average and average it takes for an omnibus to sell out. I'm not always able to get new books, but FOMO is a powerful thing, and I sometimes panic. I think a lot of things have changed. Uh, like there was a time, especially right when books were being printed outside of the pandemic, that it was hard for people to get books. Like books were selling out like crazy. Jason Aaron's Thor Volume One, books were just Excalibur Volume One, and Marvel would try to keep up. DC, they did something similar. They were selling out too, and then they started doing restocks really quick. I think Justice League Dark went like that. Justice League, the New 52 Justice League, the Jim Lee and Jeff Johns run, that sold out quick too. But eventually I think those get restocked. And eventually if it's the big two, we will get a reprint. It's just a matter of waiting. So don't let FOMO, make you go spend money that you don't have or you were going to spend on something else. I wait around for things. I will say, like, me as a collector, if I had to wait on things like if I had at all an interest on something obscure or what we consider obscure here still in America, like the Incal Deluxe Edition, that first one sold out quick. So that's the one that I would probably prioritize first and then get other books that I'm interested in. And like I think I've always used Kill Raven as an example of an epic collection that I think once it's gone, there's not going to be a huge demand to reprint it. So if you at all want that book, try to put that in a list of like when to get it first. Because once that book sells out, I can't imagine there being a huge demand for a reprint of Kill Raven unless a movie or something gets picked up, but I haven't heard about that. Omar, when will you do the Gwenpool overview? That is on my schedule for, I think it's in 2 or 3 weeks. I got a lot of reading to do. Plus I got to do my, one of my big videos this year that I do yearly is the best standalone graphic novels. And that one, oh my gosh, I take way too seriously. I'm overanalyzing things sometimes. I'm like, does that really count as a standalone graphic novel? Because you can read this. So that one takes me a long time to prep, and that usually comes out in November. And then at the end of the year, I'm doing my favorite collected editions releases and my favorite reads this year. So usually this is what I consider my Oscar months, the November and December, at least for readers, which I need to read. We're called progressives now. Near mint, not new. There we go. I like that. I'm new here. Do you do live streams every Saturday? What's up, Jeremy? Yes, I do. I do every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, my brother. Omar, you see Dream of the Batman parody, completely insane. I have not. Now I need to look that up. I normally miss the live show. Well, I'm just glad you're here, Rocket Raccoon. Good morning, Omar from France. Hello, Omar. Hello, everyone. All right, let's see here. Dude, Mike Irish, thank you for the super chat. I am sick of Robin not being in a live action movie. Would you incorporate him in the Batman sequel? How would you do it? And which Robin would you use? Oh, man. Yeah, it's weird because when we saw the Snyder films, like, or I'm sorry, the Nolan films, it doesn't feel like Robin would fit into that particular world. But I don't know. He could probably fit into the Batman because Batman's always had a dark story. And then, Robin is the type of character that balances out the darkness. So I can see that. Kevin O'Neill, Carlos Pacheco, Kevin Conroy, and I saw Gallagher passed away yesterday too. We're not even to the midway point of November. Let's not talk about that. It's been a rough year for comics, people in the comic industry. We lost a lot of legends this year. I can see him doing a Robin sequel to the Bat map. Is that the new one? What about American Gods? That's my favorite Neil Gaiman book. I wasn't a fan of the TV show, though. And the comic is a really good adaptation. Heyo, Omar. Any idea when Dark Horse hardcover overview is releasing? Need to see that Aztec case. I have 2 more books to get through, and then I'm going to go ahead and do it because I got to do those justice. I came to the realization I can't finish a couple of books, so I'm just going to have to do overviews of them. Not not what I usually do. Is I think sometimes I talk way too much about books, but I still want to try to push through them. But Saturday is kind of family day around here, and we try to do family things. Good morning. Still in shock over the passing of Ken. What's up, Derek? He was my Batman. Didn't realize just how much he meant to me until I started crying. It's hard, like sometimes, man, like explaining to my kids how people that you've never met impact your life. And there's always people like, oh, why are you mourning somebody that didn't even know who you were? And I'm like, it's okay to mourn people though. Like a lot of when a rock when a rock star dies or a movie star dies. I remember when Robin Williams passed away. Like Melanie and I just held each other when we found out. We came home from work and we didn't even say anything. We just hugged each other. Like some people just impact your life a different way, and you don't have to have met them. Would you recommend Love and Rockets? Boy, that's a hard question because everyone else will. I don't know if Psycho Cleveland is still here. If he is, he'll definitely recommend it. For me, I've tried to read it a few times and it just never clicked with me. And I said, I'm going to try again. 2023 is going to be the year that I get Love and Rockets and another try. I'm going to fall in love with it like everybody else expects me to. Problem is that I get to like volume 2 and I drop it. And yeah, it sucks. Hold on a second. I'm so sorry. This is so weird. I got to take a call. Hold on. It's my dad. Sorry, it's my dad. So when my mom and dad, they're a certain age, you got to pick up the phone. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Is the Black Panther by Priest Omni still coming out in December? I saw some things that were being pushed around. One of them was Silver Surfer. I think it's been moved to March, which doesn't make any sense because I just got it in this week. The Silver Surfer by Mike Allred and Peter Milligan. I don't know. So I think things are still being moved around. What about Lee and Kirby FF Omnis? Volume 1 seems to be like it's nearly gone. Well, Jonathan Hickman's Omnibus was gone like that too. Now that one I did let them know about, and that one is coming back for another reprint. If you missed Jonathan Hickman's FF Omnibus Volume 1, that one is going to get reprinted. By the way, I kept my word. Kept my word to you all. I reminded Marvel of the 60th anniversary of Avengers. And it's amazing how fast they got back to me with, okay, we're going to move things around. And sure enough, with the upcoming announcements, I put a list on Patreon. I love doing this on Patreon, like showing like how many Omnis are going to be announced, how many are reprints, how many epics are coming out, how many are reprints in the month of September 2023. But now, because I reminded them of the Avengers anniversary, they're moving things around. So I'm going to have an announcement for another book in July, August, and September, and maybe 2 in September. I can't remember, but very, very, very happy with that. And that was, I think they have just so much going on that I don't know if they genuinely forgot or what, but I'm just glad that it was, that I reminded, and holy crap, they listened. Like, it was like that. The next day, David sent me a list and he was like, here you go. Hi, Omar and fellow Minties. Thank you so much for the super chat, Bert. And I'm so sorry Melanie's not here. She's usually the one that's in charge of this. But you know what? It's for Kevin. Would you know if the following issue is collected in trade paperback or an omnibus? Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane 106. I don't think that one is out anywhere yet. I don't think that one's collected in omnibus format. I don't think they've gotten that far yet. But there's your super chat stick gif. So yeah, man, I don't think that one's been collected. But if somebody in the chat knows, please let the man know. Hey, Omar, which cover of Uncanny X-Men 5 will you get? I'm surprised they didn't do a new cover with Uncanny 5. Maybe they just don't have the time to get one commissioned. I'm probably going to get the Barry Windsor-Smith cover. But no, you know what? I like the issue 200. That one brings back memories. So issue 200 of Magneto, the Trial of Magneto. So let's do that one. Omar, it's not offensive at all to call them readers. No, it's just what the doctors call them now, man. They're called progressives, which is so ridiculous. What's up, Larry? How are you, brother? Near mint progressives sounds like a nice ad revenue. When is the Predator Omni coming out? Predator has been moved to December. So I'll be doing an overview of that sometime. I want to do it in November, but like I said, I'm trying to catch up with all the other reading that I need to do. Robin should would have been played by Marlon Wayans, of course, because that's what he was casted to play, right? In the what's his name? In the in the fifth installment of the Batman series that got canceled. What? Right? Or was it Burton that wanted him? No, it was Burton that wanted him. What's up, Max? How are you, brother? I just ordered Black Panther by Reggie Hudlin after watching the movie. I also got Harleen X-Men Red Volume 2, but you got some good taste, man. By Tom Taylor. I love X-Men. X-Men Red was such an underrated series, my dude. So, noob question, Omar, what would be the highest price I would allow myself to pay for an out-of-print omnibus? I don't like to tell people how to spend their money. And I always tell people that do not pay more than cover price for a book. That will more than likely be printed. Case in point, you're looking at Usagi Jimbo right there. This is the limited edition hardcover box set from Fantagraphics. They swore it would have one print run, and then they would only do soft covers and reprint those. Last year, they came out with a reprint of that exact box set with actual a better scan than in some pages, and that was supposed to be limited, and they decided to reprint it. So, what my point is that even things that they say are going to be limited will come out in some way. So, if you can be patient, and honestly, I guess it really depends. I have people that I talk to that have money, and they're like, "I want it now." There's a reprint that's coming of Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 4. They're like, "Nah, I don't want to wait. I'm going to go on eBay." And they buy it for $200 to $250. That's, you're a grown man, I assume, Alex. So I can't tell you what to do with your money, but I would not, me personally, I wouldn't pay anything over cover on a book if it's out of print. Just my 2 cents, my dude. Always got to pick up for mom and dad no matter what age. Fact. Fact. Thank you so much, my brother, for the super chat. Oh, and thank you for reminding me of something. Another payment for postal stuff and using this to say I'm rooting for some BPRD hardcover reprints, maybe BPRD library editions. I've gotten really close to the PR department. One of them left, but Dark Horse PR department, they're really nice. I like talking to them, and I may suggest some more things. The last ones I suggested were some manga things, but which all they said was that's interesting. But I did suggest now that they have Goon back, let's get those library editions reprinted. Now that they see how well the Harrow County library editions are doing, maybe we can get those reprinted. But BPRD, it's a Hellboy property, so of course I'll be asking about that. And the super chat reminded me that the third batch of shippings just went out. I've got 2 more big batches to send out, and then this week and the following week. So if you want something from us, please be a little bit patient and your stuff will get to you, or at least will be sent to you. I can't control whether it actually gets to you or not. Please remind DC about Hex. If they actually listened, I'd be happy to. If they actually even email me back with a thank you, that's or a thumbs up, or got your email. Yeah. Any other word if Spider-Verse is in reading order? My brother, I'll be honest, I've not had the time to look at it outside of what we looked at last week together. Once I get done with the task that I need to finish by Wednesday, I'll be looking at that reading order. And I may do a little mini video of like, hey, this is actually in good reading order. But what I saw so far, it looks like it's in good reading order. What, knock on wood, what I saw so far. Well, I'm sorry, what we saw so far. +1 on Omar doing a room tour video. That is coming in December. You can quote me on that. You getting your Avengers Crossing reprint? No, you are, dude. You're going to get it. I'm going to make it happen. No. Dude, it was funny. Maybe 3 years ago, David was like, we were talking through email, and he's like, hey, I'm going to reprint that one book you keep talking about. And I was like, which one? The Avengers? Because he sent me a list. And I'm like, no. See, then Avengers The Crossing was on there. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. That's a joke. That's a joke. It's not even like high in demand. I would rather you reprint this, which people keep asking for. And he was like, oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought you were being serious. I'm like, I like it. but I don't think it would sell well enough to warrant a reprint of it. So I never told that story. Thank you so much, my brother, for the super chat. Supremo Mega, I've been reading the 90s Robin solo. It's so good, man. It's so good. It's such a shame that DC did Tim dirty for the past 20 years. They should have never killed his dad in Identity Crisis. Well, I mean, if you think about it this way, that Tim Drake is gone. The Tim Drake that was in the New 52, that was a new Tim Drake with a brand new origin. And that's the one they're continuing telling stories about. But the Tim Drake that we read about pre-Flashpoint, he's gone, man. Because they never had a story like they did with Superman, right? With the two Superman, New 52 Superman, and pre-Flashpoint Superman merge. And what was that story called? Superman Beyond or whatever it was called, where the two of them merge, so their stories merge. They never did that with anybody else. Like Robin really needed that. I would have liked to have seen that, but they never did. Does anyone know where to start for William Messner Loeb's Wonder Woman? Yes, absolutely. He has 2 trades. That's all you need of his run. That is all you need, brother. And I think one of them is still in stock, but I'm not sure if the other one is. Thank you for the super chat, Matt Herndy. Yo, Omar Minty's almost finished J.A. Thor Volume 1. Any news on Volume 2? Also, can I just straight go to War of the Realms Omni? I would wait. I mean, well, no, you know what though? There's even no. I don't have any news for Jason Aaron Omnibus Volume 2. I'm sure it's coming, but even if it's coming, it's going to be another year. Can you wait that long to read War of the Realms? Really, you just need to read, I want to say about 15, 17 more issues of Thor to get you to War of the Realms. Could you do that through trade paperback? Could you do that through digital? Yeah. And then get the Omni when it comes out. Would you mind going back and reading my super chat and subsequent message? Sure, Craig. Wait, did I miss a super chat? I'm so sorry, man. I'm doing this solo and I suck at this by myself. I see Bird. I'm going back as far as I can. I see Mike Irish, who was going off about Robin. Did I miss one of? Yeah, I got R0. Still going back, brother. Still going back. And if I can't find it, let's see here. Oh, I did miss it. I'm so sorry, man. Good morning. After watching I'm glad you said something. After watching last night, I'd like to remind you that casted is not a word. An actor was cast in a role, not casted. You continued. But seriously, thanks for what you do. I have a decent job, but unfortunately, I work with people with toxic attitudes, and I really appreciate the positivity of this channel. Oh, dude, thank you so much. Seriously, that means the world to me. Because sometimes it's hard to stay positive. I'm not even gonna lie. You put yourself out there on YouTube, and oh my goodness, the type of comments sometimes I get, and I just ignore them. And even when you think you're doing the right thing, or whenever you think you're saying the right thing, there's always a few people that just want to comment and just tear you down. And if you let it get to you, it will destroy you. So you gotta I think I've said this before. Like I developed a thick skin at a young age, growing up, in Kentucky, being Latino, going to a Catholic school, got into a lot of fights, and just didn't know the language, and realized not everybody's gonna like me. So putting myself out there wasn't much different. Doing the YouTube thing, but people will still try to tear you down, man. But thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the kind words. New Warriors Forever, dude. What's up? When will we see the? Oh, I am so excited about that one. That one I can do in my sleep. I don't even need to read those issues. I've reread those things so many times. I want to do it next week because it's due out Monday, not next Monday, but the following Monday. And I kind of want to spend a whole time looking at these stories. We're looking at Derek Robertson's early artwork and just how the stories from the first volume just are paid off in the second volume. I can't wait to talk about it, man. Please suggest Norse mythology library edition from Dark Horse. That's a given. I mean, they've done Neil Gaiman's library editions. Norse mythology will come once they're done with the hardcovers. Wait, where are you, Melanie? Why are you typing here instead of being here? Is The Flash by John's Omnibus Volume 1 out of print? Can't seem to find it anywhere available in the EU. I'm not sure if Reed is watching right now. He's usually really good about checking what's in stock and what's not. He's out of the UK. And we also have Walt Comic Shop. Have you tried there if you're in the EU? Why the Last Man? Thank you for Atomic Hound for the super chat. Why the Last Man? Sandman, 100 bullets. I'm trying to select my Omni reading order. I know they are standalone. Thoughts? Well, it depends. Do you want to read the best thing to the least best thing? Because they're all good. I like all those. Those are in my top 10 favorite Vertigo comics of all time. Or do you want to read the best thing and then go to, oh no, I already said that. Or do you want to read the thing that can lead? I don't know what I'm saying. This is the way I would read it. Okay? This is the way I would read it. 100 bullets, because it's so different than the other two. Why the Last Man? Standalone. If it's one Omni, that's all you need. It's a great story. Beautiful. You'll cry. You'll laugh. You'll get angry. Sandman. It's an experience like no other. My 2 cents. That's the way I would do it. +1 on Omar doing a Cleveland bike tour video. Sure. You gonna go around with me? What's up, Claudio? Hey, Omar. Pura vida from Costa Rica. Muchas gracias, hermano. Peruano aquí. Do you think Spider-Man Life Story is a good gift for an 8-year-old? And do you think Excalibur Volume 1 will get reprinted? Normally, they don't reprint those oversized hardcovers, the OHCs as we call them. There's been a few occasions like Civil War and what was the other one? Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk. And I'm pushing for Daredevil. I keep reminding them of that. But since they don't print that many, I'll tell them about that. I had no idea it went out of print until a couple of weeks ago when somebody mentioned if it was coming back. I'm like, what? It's out of print? And to answer your question about Spider-Man Life Story, there are a couple of things that I don't think an 8-year-old would click with. Maybe 10. I don't know why 2 years matters. Really, it depends on the maturity level of the kid. But maybe 10 years old, I would wait. Just my 2 cents, brother. Hey, Omar, did you end up doing a recent top X-Men stories? I thought you mentioned you were going to. I did a top 15 Spider-Man stories. Let me tell you, Ryan, I was like, oh, I need to change this to 20. And I didn't. I stuck with 15 because I like limiting myself. You got to put limitations on things, right? Otherwise, you just get carried away and you do a top 100. Before you know it, it's an hour and a half of me rambling and losing my voice by the end of what the best Spider-Man stories are. And I did it in the countdown, too. And the reason I was doing top 15 instead of top 10 was because I knew one day I was going to get to X-Men. So I was like, I can't do top 10 X-Men stories of all time. That's impossible. I got to do at least top 20. And I kept going back and forth. And then I looked at all my other comics like Batman and Flash. I'm like, I can do top 15 Flash. And I think I can do and it was really hard to do top 15 Batman and Spider-Man. But I'm like, if I can do that, I can do top 15 X-Men. So that's where the top 15 list came from. Again, it wasn't like I got together with a bunch of comic book nerds and we had a council meeting about what the best stories are. It's just my opinion on what the best stories are. Grayson, absolutely. You like super sexy Nightwing and spy stories because it's nothing like Nightwing before. I liked it. It was different. It was Kyle Higgins with Tim Seeley and Kyle Higgins had left. Well, no, he did some issues. And of course, Tom King. But I liked it. Avengers The Crossing Omnibus, One More Day Gallery Edition, Absolute Batman Year 2. Cody Summers knows me really well. If you get The Crossing reprinted, honestly, I will buy it just to get some dope dude. Yeah, right? I want that Mike Deodato Jr. Cover. Remember David Gabriel thinking chat was serious about Alpha Omnibus? Oh, yeah, that was so funny. He texted me. He's like, are they serious about the Alpha Omnibus? I'm like, do not take these people seriously. Didn't Doomsday Clock kind of establish that both pre-Flashpoint and New 52 are now canon? Yes, but remember, DC decided to do Metal instead, the Dark Knight's Metal as their continuity thing. Doomsday Clock was going to be the big game changer, the end of the rebirth to the new era. But DC editorial decided, no, we're actually going to use the DC Dark Knight's Metal as the new thing, that our new crisis. Now, this is what started the whole rumor about Jeff Johns and Scott Snyder hating each other. I don't know. I have no idea about the behind the scenes. All I know is that they chose one over the other. So even if Doomsday Clock established something, it still doesn't count in the eyes of canon DC. Those two Lobes traits don't include the Artemis miniseries. The Artemis miniseries is included in something, though. It's in the trade paperback of Mike. What was that in? It's in no, I think it's in my custom bound Wonder Woman by William Messner Loeb's omnibus. Never mind. That miniseries was drawn by Ed Benes too. Yeah, great art by Ed Benes. Que pasa, Omar? I'm excited by the Conan reprints from Titan. How's their paper binding quality in general? I've never had issues with them, with any of Titan books, but I don't think they've ever made a book that thick. And every single one of the Titan books I own has a flat spine. So I don't know if they're going to use a new printer. I don't know about the paper quality they'll use for this. So I am in the dark as much as you are, Ringmaster. So we will find out together. How likely is it to get a Claremont? And oh man, you left me hanging, Jacob. Omar, what is your Star Wars X-wing omnibus behind you? That is the New Republic omnibus that comes out in December, I believe. Omar, Kendra will make my coffee. If you say, Kendra, make the coffee. Kendra, you don't have to make coffee for anyone besides yourself. But if you would pretty please make coffee for I Am the Brasco, he would deeply appreciate it. And so would I. Pretty please with cherry on top or cinnamon or whatever you like. Marvel's really dragging its heels on Aaron Thor Volume 2. They got a lot to print, man. But I'm surprised it hasn't been announced yet. Anybody been watching Manga Chat? What is Manga Chat? Clue me in. I like manga. About to head to Columbus, Ohio with the family for the weekend. Omar, have you ever been to the comic shop, The Laughing Ogre? The Laughing Ogre is where I found a bunch of out-of-print trade paperbacks and hardcovers for a lot of my viewers. And what was it? Like The Boys. Those were out of print. I bought a couple of them for my viewers. There was something else back when Jim Lee and Claremont's X-Men was super rare. I got volume 1 for one of them. Yeah. Speaking of, how likely is it to get a Claremont and Lee omnibus reprint? Very likely. It's Jim Lee. It's Chris Claremont. It's going to come back. The funny thing about this, Jacob, is that last year people were finding this at all those books at Ollie's, and they're like, look at these books, Marvel overprinted. And the whole time I'm like, man, this is just I just sit back and think to myself, this is just a cycle. You can find it now. A year from now or 2 years from now, people are going to want those. So buy them up. And it's always been like that. I remember the high demand books, I think some of them, because of licensing, can't be reprinted, like the Dark Tower books. But I remember when the Dark Tower books were discontinued, the first box set. I found it I found it at a comic book store when I was working in St. Paul or Minneapolis, and it was $30 for the box set. So I went ahead and got it. Thunder Buddy, what's up? Please call my name. Shivika. Okay, there you go. Hope that doesn't summon anything weird. Omar, say Kendra, dude, I said pretty please. Oh, I'm catching up. New Warriors Volume 2, some expensive toilet packs. Why did I read that? How are you, my brother? It's my dude. Happy birthday, Glenn. Happy birthday, brother. How old are you turning? You don't have to answer that. Omar, have you gone through the Thing omnibus? Can you show us that? I have not. I'm trying to put Omnis in orders by the dates they come out. So I will let you know when I get there, when I open it up. Reed is restocking. Thank you so much. Reed is restocking Jeff Johns Volume 1 on 11/25, and he's in the UK. That's Reed Comics. Omar, can you give us a quick sell on the Invaders? Yes. Roy Thomas having a blast with his Golden Age love. So the Invaders was a interesting retcon. The Invaders were a series of characters that showed up in Avengers, and they were to have formed in the Golden Age. It never really happened. That comic never existed in the Golden Age. But then Marvel greenlit a series for Roy Thomas to do, and he had fun with those characters, fighting Nazis. You had Captain America, Bucky, the original Human Torch, and you had Namor, and they were all fighting in World War II, and that's basically what a lot of the stories are. I'm curious what people at that time when it was coming out thought of Frank Robbins' artwork, because his art is very unique. Because I'm reminded of how unique it is, but anytime there's a guest artist in there, like you have Jim Mooney doing some guest art. I believe there's a John Buscema Avengers in there. I was reading it a couple of days. I've been reading it for the last couple of days, so that's the book I don't know if I'm going to get to finish or not, because I got to get my video out tomorrow. It's a kind of a last second thing, but it's fun. You can tell Roy had a love for these Golden Age characters, and he just pretty much got the green light to do whatever he wanted to do. And whenever he ran behind, or Frank Robbins ran behind, it's funny, Marvel would just reprint, like, let him do 12 pages of original story and then reprint some backup Golden Age comic book character for the next pages to fill it in. But I liked it. Oh, there's an awesome issue. Do you remember Avengers 69 when they show up and they go travel back in time? There's this, I didn't know this because I've never read this stuff. There's this awesome issue in there with, it's in the Invaders annual one, where you see it from the perspective of the Invaders instead of the perspective of the Avengers traveling back because of Kang. This is the perspective of the Invaders going, who the heck are these guys? So hopefully on my video, I can do a better sales pitch than that. And catching up now. Doomsday Clock Matters now in the Jeff Johns Golden Age that came out this week. I cannot wait to read that. Very excited for that. Any new books in this week, Omar? New books? Yeah, there are new books this week. Or you mean in general, or do you mean like new books as in new book announcements? No announcements yet because I'm waiting on content. Marvel Masterworks announcements will be tomorrow, though. Like from September to January of 2024. 2024. that's a whole more. Oh my gosh, that's a long time. They are planning way ahead for the Marvel Masterworks, so that's different than Omnis and Epics. When do you think they'll reprint Batgirl Year 1 Deluxe Edition and Silver Surfer Black Treasury Edition? I don't know about the Treasury editions. They haven't mentioned that there's going to be a reprint for those yet, but I've heard a lot of demand for that one. That one was a quick sellout. As far as Batgirl, I don't know. Hopefully soon. Because I missed it too, and I kind of want that Robin. I wish they'd put them together, honestly. Supreme Omega, thank you for the super chat, my brother. On Identity Crisis, it should have been an Elseworld, because I feel like it created problems with DC canon and led to unnecessarily grim, darker tone for the main DCU. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that story. But I did appreciate what it gave us afterwards, like the Crisis of Conscience. I think that's one of my favorite Justice League stories. That one's by Jeff Johns and Alan Heinberg. And it gave us a heck of a JSA crossover issues with Mr. Terrific. I thought those were good. Omar, can we expect a Scarlet Spider-Man omnibus in 2024 for Kane's 30th anniversary? I can't even get a Ghost Rider omnibus for Ghost Rider's anniversary. Do you think they even remember Kane? I don't know, man. I can try. Thank you to the moderators for keeping the chat friendly, by the way. I see some bots trying to sneak in here. You are correct, Omar. Oh, thank you for that. There is a Deodato and Loeb's Fat Trade that closes out Loeb's run. Okay, that's what I thought. But does it contain that 6-issue Artemis miniseries? Hey, who killed the free girls in my city post? I have a question. What? What does that mean? Are you talking about the bots? Issue 20, Toro gets shot at the end of 21 was crazy for me. Okay, I read those. It's like I said, it's such a fun series. Oh, look at this. Quasar Omnibus. Now! I like that. Assertive. It's a Belgian from Belgium. I think that one will come. But can we get a Captain America by Mark Grunwald omnibus first before we move on to other Mark Grunwald projects? I think he would have appreciated that a little more. Okay, Omar, for really real, why can't we get a Catch? I just said that. Why can't we get a Catch Rider omnibus? Is there absolutely no interest from higher powers, or is it lack of interest from buyers, not even on the radar? I think a lot of it has to do with none of it has really been collected outside of the classics, right? We got 2 trade paperbacks of classics. There's a couple crossovers. So that would require them to do scans, do some touch-ups and work on it. Not a lot because it's early 90s, not late 90s when they started using those computer colors. But that was the favor I had for my hitting 70,000, was going to ask for that. But instead, I asked for Uncanny X-Men Volume 5 to be reconsidered, to add a couple more issues, or I give them the different options. So I used that get out of jail free card instead of using it on Ghost Rider. So I blame all the Uncanny people that were unhappy with the mapping. Certainly, it wasn't my fault. I wanted a Ghost Rider by Howard Mackie, Mark Teixeira. Do you think we'll get a complete collection of the most recent run of Champions? Yes, I don't know how they're going to do those, because they've done away with complete collections because they're focusing on the modern Marvel epics, which we've shared the dress of that on our social media, by the way, what it looks like. So I don't know how I think they'll just call it a fat trade, but absolutely. And it needs to be a hardcover because it's so good and it's got beautiful artwork. The hair appointment's taken forever. I've been here since 9 o'clock and I still need my hair trimmed. Thank you for the update, baby. You should have super chatted though. The mods are the real heroes. Thank you, mods. Yes, because my good bots are people too. No, they're not. Omar, are there any big announcements in the last 3 months of 2023? Well, we got 2 months left in 2022. In the last 3 months, you mean September? Yeah, I've got some. I don't know, man, because what you and I consider big announcements could be different. There are people that don't understand why there was a demand for the Marvel Age Omnibus. For me, not for me, but there were several people that were so excited about that. I think it really depends on when you grew up and what it meant to you. For me, there is one big F-bomb announcement in September of 2023. And because I opened my mouth and told them about Avengers, I hope that book does not get moved out. It's going to be on me. And then I think there's going to be a big heck yeah announcement from a lot of people. And I think that there are others that were in demand, and we'll see. Yeah, so there are some announcements in September. That's where I'm working on next with Marvel. They're solidifying the list, which I think is almost done, including some maybe not Avengers stuff in there. And yeah, once I get that list, for sure. Like, I've got the list. I put it on our Patreon, and I was going to, on a Ask Me Anything, I was going to do my reaction to each of these books so people could guess what they are. They love guessing. Oh, but on our Discord, I was telling one of the guys that does the final shadow, does the timestamps. He guessed one of the books. If there's a spider run that needs to be made into an Omni, it's the Falco Spider-Girl. Well said. What's the Falco Spider-Man in general? And Spider-Girl, and DeFalco's Fantastic Four, and his Thor. Hey, Omar, what are your thoughts on reprints of X-Men OHCs that aren't Omnis, like Shattershot, Phalanx, Covenant? Do these ever get reprinted? They're difficult to find. Yes, Devin, as a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, I started suggesting to Marvel to reprint the OHCs, and all they have to do is the same price as an omnibus because they're big enough. So that's what they did with the Inferno, Prelude to Inferno, Mutant Massacre was an omnibus. Fall of the Mutants came back as an omnibus, and that's what I'm hoping they do with, I think, what was voted our number one was Extinction Agenda and Days of Future Past. But those those are easy. Those will just need a new dress that says Marvel Omnibus on the spine. At near mint condition. Good morning, Omar, from El Hombre Grego, I should say. What's your favorite Spider-Man and Daredevil runs? Also, which Fantastic Four epic collections do you think are must-haves? Favorite runs. Roger Stern's run is my favorite Spider-Man run. It's solid. It's good. Gets once you get into the Nothing Stops the Juggernaut arc, it's phenomenal. Every issue after that. I mean, the Hobgoblin saga, there's a lot of things in that run. It's my favorite. For Daredevil, that one's harder. That one's harder. I because I like a lot of them. I mean, Brubaker, Wade, but I guess Miller. Yeah, I gotta go with Miller. And my Fantastic Four Epic collections, do I think are must-haves for me? I'll any of the DeFalco stuff that gets overlooked because people throw it into the '90s boob window era, and that's all they see. But there's a lot of wonderful, heart-wrenching stories in there. You know what? The Fantastic Four, the new Fantastic Four, I love that. It's a lot of fun. It's got something for everyone. Walter Simonson's art, Arthur Adams' art. You like giant kaiju movies? The new Fantastic Four, excellent. +1 on Catch. Okay, there's 3 of us so far. David doesn't want to waste money reprinting a Howard Mackey book. Boy, Cody, you got opinions today. All they have to do is name him. What was he named? He had a book called The Brotherhood, and where he had such a the rumor was that he had such a bad reputation that instead of crediting himself as Howard Mackey, he was named Writer. Was it Writer X, I think, or something like that? Omar and the chat. I have a material question. My cousin's in South Carolina and sent me a gift omnibus in France. Shipping was almost as expensive as the book. Can it be reduced? Alex, if you can find a way to reduce it, let me know because I have about 12 more books to ship overseas. And I'm not lying when I said super chats do help. Each one of the books, because they're so heavy, they're about $70 to $100 to ship, which in cases, like most of these cases here, is more than the books themselves, which is ridiculous. But I wish I knew you can do freight forwarding, like where you're paying a big bundle with other people. But I don't know how reliable that is. I've never used it. Well, I've used it when ordering myself stuff from Japan. Hey, Omar, I was just wondering, do you think we'll get a Dark Knights Detective series on these, filling in the gap between years 1 and 2? And Nightfall, between year 1, I always throw year 2 in there. Year 1 and Nightfall, yeah, one day, but they have to finish it first and trade paperback, I think. We need Champions and Miss Marvel Omnis. I'm surprised we didn't get a Miss Marvel Omni with the show. Omar blaming the mutants for no Danny Ketch. Professor X would be not the mutants, the people that were up in an uproar with torches about the mapping. Omar, you're less than 200 subs away from 75,000. I know, man. It's been sorry, it's the morning chat, but it's been a hell of a ride. More ups than downs. Really stressful at times, but oh my gosh. I was talking to one of my one-on-ones the other week, and I was like, I don't even know what going back to the IT world would be like, and I don't want to. I love doing this. It's a blessing doing this, and you all make this so much better. So yeah, thank you. 75,000. That's crazy to me. I remember 100 was crazy. I remember 500 was crazy, and 1,000 was nuts, and then it just kept going. And a lot of it, it's just like I never stopped. I kept like doing giveaways when we hit a milestone, not to get people to join or anything, but to celebrate with people. That was my whole point of doing the giveaways, because I feel so blessed doing this for a living. It's my time that I get to show my love back to you all. Not everybody, right? Because I can't give away things to everybody, but yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you for that reminder. Hey, Omar, do you think we'll ever get an Astro City Omni? I don't know about an Omni, but I know that there are hardcovers coming. Melanie's giving us an update, and the stylist is back. Thank you, baby. Obviously, if I don't want it, does it obviously, if I don't want it, nobody does, and it shouldn't be printed. Come on, Omar. What does that mean? I don't want what? There's a lot of books I don't want, and they print. I have no control over what they print. If you think for a minute that I have control over what Marvel prints, I'll just say there's no New Warriors Omnibus Volume 3, and we don't have Wolverine Omnibus Volume 10 or Uncanny X-Men Volume 20. I have no control over what they print. I just announce things. I can give my 2 cents on things, and I have been given my 2 cents on Danny Ketch Omnibus. They just don't find an interest in it, or like I said, can't find the time to do it. Any word on Marvel Universe by Daniel Way Omnibus? You are full of bad energy today, Cody Summers. No word on that. Will they ever reprint those X-Force Omnis behind you? Yes, and I hope when they do that they name him actually X-Force 1, X-Force 2, X-Force 3, and give us an X-Force 4. Because I think this at the time, they were still kind of figuring out how to sell these. Because X-Force, as most of us knew that were buying books at the time, that did not sell well, and that was liquidated. So by this time, it came and went. That Deadpool really did a lot for the sales of that book. I was like, I don't care. That I remember making a joke when I did an overview of that. I'm like, you know what? They can give me Deadpool and the New Warriors. I'll take that, even though he never shows up in there. And then Cable and X-Force, again, testing the waters when Cable showed up in the movie, the Deadpool 2 movie. So I think when those will be reprinted, they will. I hope that they make them X-Force 1, 2, and 3. Although it does make my reading orders, like, keeps me job security, if you will. Nothing wrong with boob windows. I think a lot of people think that because of Sue Storm's outfit, the 90s Fantastic Four is just horrible 90s junk, and it's not. You're welcome, Alex. Omar, love the positive Omni info your channel provides. Any word on the reprint of Perez Avengers Omni Volume 1? That's right there, man. So it's coming. So it's real. Man, and by the way, I showed this a couple weeks ago. That I love that. I have the original. I haven't even opened this one because this run is my favorite Avengers run, and it means the world to me. My dad was in a coma when I was reading this run, so it means the world to me. And it's what kept me sometimes from just going crazy and sitting at the hospital next to his bed, talking to him and reading these stories in my oversized hardcovers as I own them. It will always remind me of that. And, losing George Perez this year, I think that right there, that spine, I don't know, it's just perfect. It's a wonderful. I don't think it's done on purpose at all. I don't think this was done on purpose, but like it just reminds me of the black band that you got with Superman 75 to honor the legend. So yeah, man, I don't know. It's a beautiful book, but it is coming. It is coming. Usually I get my books in about a month or so advance. That's what surprises me, that books like Silver Surfer, they're saying March now. I don't know. I just got that this week. You made my collection grow. My wallet may hate it, but I love it. Dude, as long as you're enjoying them and reading them, that's what matters. Don't forget to click that thumbs up. Yes, thank you for reminding me of that. Thank you. You're just being sarcastic. I love you, buddy. I know. But and when I was using that as an example for people that jump on me for like thinking that I have any kind of decision making at Marvel. Like they did the same thing with the spines. And I'm like, did you all think I went to a secret meeting where I said, hey, you know what? It's going to make everybody mad. Let's change those Silver Age spines. As a matter of fact, I texted David about that as soon as I got my first book. And I'm like, this is going to be an issue. And I wasn't a fan of the spine change. I wasn't a fan of the spines. But, I mean, that's all I can say, right? Like, I can't change their minds. It's something that the publisher decides to do. That's what they decide to do. Omar, I'm moving from a job in retail that I've held for 4 years to a desktop job. And I'm super nervous. Any words of encouragement? P.S. I have your Silver Surfer Omnibus by. I've already promised that one to Amanda. That's like her favorite story, and it was out of print when we did an old reader, new reader. So sorry, man. Sorry, Chris. I give away books all the time. Sometimes when people ask me, I do. By the way, Cody Owens, if you're still watching, your email that you sent me that Melanie and I were going to be looking at pictures. I'm going to send you that book that you asked me for. That's your wedding gift. Love you, buddy. Josh Kimball. So email me back, Cody, is what I'm trying to say. Cowabunga, dude. Thank you for the super chat, Josh. IDW hardcover TMNT question. Any reprint news of volume 3 or a release date for volume 15? Happy early Thanksgiving to you and the fam, bro. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Those will be reprinted because they still own the rights and they're evergreen, meaning that they will be forever in print as long as they still hold the rights. I said the same thing because they told me the same thing about Transformers, that those were such hot sellers that they would be evergreen. However, they lost the rights to Transformers and now they can't reprint any of them. As a matter of fact, I've think I've gone on record already that Phase 3, Volume 3 will be the last hardcover that we get, and they're not even going to be able to collect Shattered Glass 2 in trade paperback or any form. Volume 15, no word yet, but I think Sophie Campbell's still working on the book. Deadpool and Cable and X-Force Volumes 1 through 3. Okay, we can do that. I hope they reprint Volume 2 of Busiek and Perez's Avengers. I hope so too, because that has my favorite story, and that is the Kang Dynasty. I think most people would disagree with that, though. They're like, it's a little too long. To me, it could have been 2 years worth of Avengers storytelling. Lionheart, thank you for the super chat, my brother Omar. Is that the latest Conan omnibus under the Transformers Space one? This is the final Marvel one. This is Volume 10. I still don't have my Volume 9. I'm afraid it got lost because there were so many delays. But this is Volume 10, and I had to go with the Jim Lee cover. Come on. Jim Lee on Conan. Come on. Was there ever any question? Yes, brother. And Red Sonja on the cover. Yes, sir. And we're getting a Volume 11 from Titan. Man. It's great to... If you love Conan, it's a great time, man. Can we see the cover you got for Silver Surfer Omni? Yes. Oh my gosh, my wife is not here. Give me a second. I got a reading stack over here. Un momento, por favor. Oh gosh, where did I put it? It's right here. Man, it's so much easier with her. There you go. This is the cover. Silver Surfer, Slot, Alred, Mike, and Laura. And in the back cover. I believe this is the DM. Can't believe Omar is preventing the books we can't print. Dude, there are actual people that believe that. And I was like, are you kidding me? Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. Thank you for the super chat. And yes, he was my Batman. Like, that's the way that I read Batman. I use Kevin Conroy's voice. The only way to read Batman. Yeah, some people take the hobby very seriously. It sucks to see people's frustrations taken out on you. I think it's because, when I'm delivering the news or whenever seeing overviews, they kind of think, and I'm the one that can project their anger towards, and I understand that. I know the role that I play. So I ignore a lot of the comments, and I see every comment coming through. And like I've always said, I don't delete comments, and unless it's something homophobic or racist or something stupid. And I don't mean stupid. I mean really stupid. Anyway, let's just keep positive. I ignore them. I just don't have the time. And honestly, I don't have the energy to look at, to respond back. Can we take a moment to appreciate Bark's Christmas in Dougburg has been reprinted in time for Christmas? Yes, sir. The Diamond Edition is coming out. I think it's a bigger version. I can't wait for that. So Lucifer's living up to the hype for real. Looks like the show did the comic real dirty. Big fan of the book. I watched the first season of Lucifer. I've never seen it past that. I just discovered the omnibus format in April and went a little crazy with those, and that's okay. People have asked me if I have any tips for beginners, and collecting these type of books for the last, oh my goodness, it's been almost 20 years that I left single issues to move to this. I've learned a lot of things, and a lot of things I wish I had known back when I first started collecting. So I may do a video like that soon, like my tips that I wish I could give myself if I could travel back 20 years. Since there's an Absolute Dark Knights Metal and Omnibus coming in January, do you think there'll be an Omnibus for Death Metal since Absolute is coming in May? Yes. I want to say shortly after, but I don't think that's the case because, the DC Collected Editions department seems to be taking a little bit of a break, doing a restructure, maybe. I'm staying positive about that because, boy, it seems like people on YouTube just want DC to burn to the ground. I don't know why. Omar, I wanted to know your thoughts on the 3 Batman Elseworld volumes. Do you think they're worth getting and reading? Three Batman. Which 3 are you wanting to know about? Like my favorite, like Gotham by Gaslight is one of the best Batman stories ever. Doesn't matter if it's Elseworld or not. I'm also a big fan of the Vampire trilogy, the Blood. What was it? Blood Rain, Bloodstorm. There were 3 of them. Those are considered Elseworld. Hey, Omar, any news on new Star Wars Omnis? There's still so much missing. Maybe in September of 2023. Hellions OHC out of print already. Ordered twice from. Why was it canceled, Chris? I don't. That one I can check really quick. I think that one is still in print. Should be. I know the one that broke my heart is gone again from the freaking system is Phantom Stranger. Like Phantom Stranger is again gone from the catalog, and it's still in print. As a matter of fact, now's a good time to remind everybody that if you live in Europe and you want to order Hellions or other big books, check out waltzcomicshop.com in Berlin, Germany. They have a physical store too. Cheapest prices for pre-ordering Marvel and DC big books within the EU. Flat rate shipping of €12 for all EU countries. Bulletproof packaging. All emails answered within 24 hours. And right now, they have the code near mint condition all one word at the checkout for free shipping for all EU countries with your first order of over €40. That's Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source. Melanie, where are you? For Omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ting. There. I did what I did. Do you think we'll be getting an Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volume 1 and 2 reprint? Soon? I don't know about soon. I mean, I'm sorry, I haven't heard. And Melanie says that Alred Silver Surfer, Peter Milligan, and Mike Alred and Laura Alred is excellent. It is. I love that. I cried in that book. Think we'll ever get reprints of the Clone Saga Volume 2 and Ben Reilly 1? I know they didn't sell well, but they are insanely expensive on eBay. These are the last two books I need for my Spidey runs. I think one of those was voted in our top 20 this year. And the reprints are starting to come, by the way. Although I might have messed that up with the Avengers, mentioning the Avengers to them. So hopefully... Oh, I know two of them are still coming for sure. At least in September, they might move things around. And we got Secret Warriors, man. Surprise. So I haven't seen those yet, but I'm sure they will come. Sorry if it's been asked, but did you check to see where Spider-Man 2, Ultimate Spider-Man 2 was printed? It was printed at the Donnelly printer. Didn't even need my progressives or readers. Thank you, Cody Owens, for his super chat. Least I can do is give you some money towards shipping. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks so much. What do you guys think of the pictures? Well, I wanted Melanie to be here, so we'll look at them together. So we'll talk about that next week, by the way. But thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Is collecting collections better long-term for the price you get than resale value over singles? I don't ever... on my channel, I never tell people to buy things for resale value. I don't like doing that because my channel, I focus on reading these stories, opening these books up, getting them out of the plastic. I don't really suggest getting books because I think they're going to be rare and you can resell them later. I think single issues will always have that market. I know, and the thing with big books is that you have big books, so you'd have to store these somewhere until that value goes up anyway. So I don't suggest anybody getting Omnis to get rich or anything like that. I just suggest getting Omnis to read and enjoy them or relive your childhood. But I think there are other channels that will let you know what's going on in print. I know, like some of my viewers have told me that because they have suggested that I do it, and I said, that's not really what I want to do. What's up, Carl? The Goon? How have you been, my dude? Oh, there you are, Joe Cool. Hello, all you Mentorinos. I just watched Black Panther 2 review from yesterday. Oh, well, welcome aboard, man. Omar, any chance of getting a Tom DeFalco any Omni love? Man, that's my goal. Get Tom DeFalco some Omni love. Give Mark Grunwald some Omni love outside of his Squadron Supreme. Very, very good underrated writers. They're finally getting a lot of love in Epic Collection, though. For every one negative comment, there are 10 positive ones. Watching your videos, it's expanded my interest in comics and allowed me to get series I didn't think I'd have an interest in. Thank you. And thank you, Kane Senpai. Omar, how many emails do you send to DC Collector's Editions? I stopped. Once every couple of months now. And it's always to Clark. He's my contact. And he got back to me at the beginning. It was really good. And then he just... I don't need to waste my time with this fool, is what he said, I'm sure. He's busy. I mean, it happens, right? It happens in real life. Sometimes, I mean, people don't ghost you, I don't think. But based on your personality or anything. I think it's just they're swamped with work. Please, Star Wars Legacy. I don't know, man. Nathan, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Hey, Omar, new comic reader here, collecting as much X-Men as I can afford, find in print. Age of Apocalypse and Jim Lee and Chris Claremont X-Men Volume 2. Omnis are on the way. Congratulations, man. Those are some good ones. Jim Lee, Chris Claremont Volume 2 and Volume 1 are my childhood. I'm one of the few people that love the Outback years. What's up, Rick Gear? How you doing, brother? How's school going? Any news on when we can expect some new Star Wars announcements? Yes, September 2023, unless they moved it. But that's when one new book I get to announce. I got the Hellions over OHC a week or two ago. So yeah, it's still in print. Tinian Batman Omnibus with Jorge Jimenez. I sold my floppies with hoping for that. I think that will come. I mean, I'm sure we're going to get a Tom King Batman Omnibus and we're going to get a Tinian Batman Omnibus because we already have the Detective Comics run that he did. Where is that? There it is. That one. But I'm sure that will come. And thank you for the super chat, brother. Phantom Stranger Omnibus living up to its title. It's been 3 years, right? 3 years that book's been canceled, put in the catalog, canceled, and we thought canceled for good. Put back into the catalog miraculously. That's why I tell people, don't pre-order things until they actually hit solicits. And that book actually hit solicit. I think it was solicited. I can't remember. I can't remember if I was solicited or not. Omar, have you notified David that he forgot to print Clone Wars Omnibus on the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones? What if I told you that there might be one and there might have been one in the works, but things just keep moving around? And I'll remind him. Batman TMNT it is back in the catalog. Not resolicited yet, I don't think. If you love Doctor Who, get Slot Surfer. 100% agree. And the Woke NATO will tell you, I hardly agree with him. But I love the guy regardless. They better. I missed out on Ben Reilly 1 and 2, even though Volume 2 is still available. I love the fact that people are wanting these now. When I was growing up, people hated the Clone Saga, including me. And I still bought the stupid books. What's wrong with me? Omar, what do you think is the consensus dislike for Spawn writing? I'm a 90s kid, and I'm really enjoying the first compendium. And also, the writing improved then, in your opinion? I think a lot of it came from Todd McFarlane, branching out from Spider-Man, and people felt betrayed by him leaving the Amazing Spider-Man book, because when you read David Michelinie's run compared to Tom McFarlane's Spider-Man, it was just bad. And that's being really nice. It was terrible dialogue. Plot was super predictable. The art, oh my gosh, so it got a pass, right? That's why it's a comic. And I think a lot of people did that. I tell you, one of the biggest voices for the dislike of Spawn was Harlan Ellison. Harlan Ellison was at a convention one day, and he told the story many decades ago. I guess 30 years, right? 30 years of Spawn. He was talking about how Tom McFarlane would jumble up the pages, and he's like, "See, story still makes sense. It doesn't matter. Kids are still buying it." And Harlan Ellison was like, "How can you treat your audience like that? Like they're idiots?" No. He was a strong opposer of Spawn because of Tom McFarlane's attitude, and maybe some people saw that back then. Spawn to me was like an anime. I know what I'm in for. I know what I'm getting out of it. I'm going to get some, not every anime. There's great anime with deep and philosophical things in it, but sometimes you just want to watch a anime to see people fight. And that's kind of what I wanted in Spawn, and that's what I got out of Spawn. Then, you got Neil Gaiman to write stories. You got Alan Moore to write stories. Frank Miller. So, Claremont went over to Wildcats, I forgot. And Cyberforce. I've watched the Daredevil show. Now I want to read the comics. Can I start with Frank Miller's Born Again? I don't suggest Frank Miller's Born Again. It's by far one of the best stories. The story that you want is Frank Miller's Man Without Fear. That is the best. That's Batman Year One. That's your origin story. with, yes, a little bit of retcons, but it doesn't matter. It is so good. It is so good, and the best jumping on point for Daredevil. Then you can move to Frank Miller's stories. Born Again should be the last thing you read by Frank Miller because it's just coming back and returning to this character. Oh man, it's so good too. Then go and read Guardian Devil, and then Bendis's run, and then from Bendis, Brubaker, from Brubaker to Andy Diggle, and then you got Charles Soule. No, Charles Soule. It's Mark Waid, and then Charles Soule, and then Zdarsky. Phantom Stranger. No, I know. I'm sure it will be back, man. Buy more Omnis now. By the way, smash the like button. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the super chat, too. 1, reader. 2, collector. 3, seller. Only feed 1 and 2. Yeah. I never suggest people buying big books to get rich off of. I just love the books because I like reading things in one big, beautiful format. Collected editions are not meant to be collected to increase in value. They're meant to be affordable ways to read comics. Keep in mind, yes, I also like to remind people these are reprints. These are not original. I mean, unless it's an original graphic novel that's coming out in a big, beautiful, limited edition, these are just reprints of books that you already have. Those books will keep value. I don't know. Oh, I've read Atomic Robo. Big fan of it, dude. Should I grab the full IDW collection? Yes, if you like it. If you like big sci-fi elements with a lot of humor. I really like that book. Give my thanks to Melanie for her Venom Lethal Protector review. I'm hyped for some ground level Venom. Ground level Venom. Reminder, I believe today's the final day of the Target Amazon buy 2, get 1 free. Looking to receive their books in questionable, for those looking to receive their books in questionable condition. Yes. So it looks like Excalibur Volume 1, Marauders Volume 1, and Cable are out of print outside of the main Hickman books. Woo! I came close to, I saw a custom Madame Xanadu omnibus on eBay, and I came so close to buying it. They wanted way too much money. The thing is still coming out in December. It got pushed from November, but now it's coming out in December. Any hope for a Lee Kirby Thor Omni Volume 2 reprint in the near future? Did I see that one? I haven't seen one yet, but there is hope. Yes. Don't tease us. Release the video now. But I don't have a video announcement yet. I have to film it first. I was one of those people that hated the Clone Saga. I still haven't forgiven Marvel for having Ben Reilly drop the hoodie. Oh, I love that book. I love his look, man. I still hate the Clone Saga. Jeff. How would you feel about DC doing a series where they have classic books with outdated art redrawn? Could you imagine Dark Knight Returns redrawn by Sean Gordon Murphy? Somebody asked me this very question a few years ago about Sandman. And I feel like answering that would be like justifying the colors of Absolute Swamp Thing. They're doing it for new people. Colors are outdated. And new people have never read them, so they don't know what the original colors look like. And yeah, the new colors do help. They do add a sense of atmosphere, but for nostalgia's sake, they kind of take away that thing, that thing that I love about collected editions, putting me back in that time of when I was reading this. For the part where John Constantine appears, or Constantine, in Swamp Thing, I remember that club scene. Reading it when I was younger. I remember the way it looked, the colors. When he showed up in the Absolute Swamp Thing, in the exact same scene, I didn't know I didn't know where he was. I'm like, is that where he first appeared? I didn't even recognize it. So I think it would be really cool. It would be a really cool project. They did the same thing with Giant Size X-Men. That was a cool project. A bunch of artists went in and redrew the first Giant Size X-Men. Dave Cockrum's Giant Size. I would think that would be interesting. Sean Gordon Murphy, I love his artwork, so I would like to see that. I don't know if outdated would be a good way of putting it because art is all subjective. I think I still love Frank Miller's artwork in Dark Knight. I thought his stuff was so good. I like my chubby Batman with the big gloves and still looking all dad bod in it. Omar, is it worth getting IDW Transformers Wars End? Just follow and collect the face books. I get the face books, but like I said, Phase 3, Volume 3 will be the last one. Omar, what happened to Spectacular Spider-Man Omnibus? It's right there. It's real. I believe it's got pushed back to December, though. Outside of Savage Dragon and Shadowhawk, love both of those, man. I always thought the writing in Early Image was kind of weak. Yeah, I mean, it was the guys. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. It was the guys that left Marvel and knew their fan base would follow them for their art. And they did. I mean, we did. I bought every single one of the 7 guys, even waited on Will's with Wetworks. He had I think it was his sister that passed away. So that's why he had to postpone it for a year. Followed a bunch of artists, Sam Keith on Max, Del Keown on Pitt, and Keith Giffen, anybody they were giving. Jerry Ordway was doing stuff. What was it? Book Wildstar, I think is what it was called. But you're right. I mean, we knew what we were in for. I love Savage Dragon and Shadowhawk, though. Jim Valentino doing all kinds of cool things in that book. But there is a certain nostalgia with that era. 90s kids will always remember Spawn as like the greatest thing ever. It's beautiful art. Omar, I want to thank you for everything you do for the community. Thank you, brother. What's the chances of getting an X-Force Yoast Omni and Hulk by Jones? And how good are those runs? Hulk by Jones is one of my most wanted Omnis. It's up there with Matt Lowe's run on Hulk. I love Bruce Jones, man. He's a horror writer, but he did a lot of cool things with that. He was kind of doing what Al Ewing did with Immortal Hulk in his run. I really like that run. Brought back a character that I hadn't seen in a while, too. And X-Force by Yost, I'm sure that will come. Just like the Messiah trilogy, those will come in some kind of omnibus format one day. They haven't forgotten about those. Dude, I was out of comics for a long time. I was confused when I saw Angela in Marvel Comics. I was doing a triple take. Can you imagine being like reading Spawn and then coming back decades later, and you're like, why is Angela in Thor? What's happening? And then you read things like Original Sin, and you're like, what? She's related to who? So yeah, nothing weird about that. My biggest thing was seeing the return of Miracle Man. That was cool. That was so cool. The Image guys had to be a little arrogant at the beginning. They had to convince people they were worth gambling. Unfortunately, Rob never got over it. Well, I mean, come on. People bust on Rob, but I mean, let's be serious. 22 years old and being rich, a millionaire overnight. I remember being 22. I don't know if I would have acted any different. Guy was buying people cars to lure them over. That's how we got Stephen Platt to come over from Marvel. He knew that Mark Silvestri wanted Stephen Platt, and he was like, hey, I'm going to buy you a car. Didn't even Stephen Platt, I think, drew a cover for that car. It was crazy, man. It was a crazy time. I don't know if you can ever recreate those kind of times again. Omar, Uncle Scrooge question for you. Do you think that Christmas in Duckburg will be included in the upcoming Diamond Jubilee collection? That is the question. I think it will. I mean, it's one of my favorites. It's a lot of the editor's favorites. So yes. Omar, any art to share today? As a matter of fact, I do. Thank you for reminding me. So from my buddy, our friend here, who's a phenomenal artist, Matthew Mangy, he drew this. He's working on some projects. He's doing some board game artwork. He's doing card game artwork, and I love to see his stuff. And the guy just keeps growing and evolving as an artist. So glad that, one day we're going to see him on big books, huge books. All right. And then we have something from, I'm just going to call him Brett. I don't know if he wants me to give his last name away, but he does some custom dust jackets and custom omnis. So here's his Fantastic Four. Those are the spines and the covers. Oh, he did a John Byrne landscape cover. That's awesome. And the spines again. Hey, let's see if I can do this. Nope. Something like that. There we go. Fantastic Four spines there by Byrne. This is awesome. So he did a complete, it looks like Wally West, a complete Wally West run. So taking us through where it all started with Crisis, Mike Barron, William Messner Lowe's. We got Mark Waid in there, of course, Grant Morrison and Mark Miller. and eventually the return of Mark Waid, and then we got some Jeff Johns goodness. That's awesome. I like to see the mapping on those. Oh, I can't zoom in to see the mapping though. I'm assuming he put the orphaned issues in there that have never been collected. Hey, I like the back cover of that one right there. That's volume 5. That's awesome. And then the front of the books. Oh man. As much as I like the books being in Omni format, when they're creator centric, we won't get anything like this. That's freaking great. Love it, man. Now, I did have a super chat. I want to make sure I got 2. I get 2, so I don't miss it. My wonderful wife always likes to remind me that there's a super chat. From Michael Torney. Thank you, brother. I asked. Okay, so he's asking, hey, Omar, any luck with those foil 2099 Omnis? So what he's asking for is when the Spider-Man 2099 and when X-Men 2099, Punisher, and Ravage, when they all came out, they had foil covers with whatever color, red and blue and green. So he's asking if they would do it in the omnibus, can they do it on the covers? And I said that would cost them more money, but I will still ask. So far, they have not returned my email. Omar, you mentioned an unnamed contributor in your Flash by Waid omnibus. Does this hurt chances of the Green Lantern work being released in the future? It is why the Green Lantern and the Justice League breakdown was canceled. Absolutely, 100% why. And somebody commented on why I didn't even name the name, and I'm not picking on this person. This person's been following my channel for a long time, and I really enjoy talking to them. But they were just wondering why I didn't go ahead and name them and their crime. And I think because I don't want to give those people spotlights. And if you're curious about any of that stuff, because most people, it doesn't bother. Most people are there to watch a Flash by Mark Waid overview. They don't want to know what's going on behind the scenes. But for the people that it does bother, I like to tell them. But I also don't want to focus on that garbage because, you know, it's up to the individual to go and research it to me. But I at least like to make people aware of something like that. That's why I was very vague about it and moved on. Omar, when are you going to do your next after hours chat? Love all you do and keep up the good work. Thank you, Brian. I believe, let me look on Patreon. They voted for Friday, November 18th. Let's see here. Oh, it was close. I try to go back and forth, give my European watchers, people overseas, a time that they can join too. So I usually try to do it every other month. Like sometimes I give them options for 12 p.m. But it looks like this time around it's Friday, November 18th. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So next Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is what the Patreons voted for. And thank you to our existing patrons. And we do have a Patreon. It's in the description of this video. It's a great way to support the channel. Nice custom spines. That's what I did. That's what I said, man. These were done by Brett. Dude, I left Spawn for a few issues and came back and the character was suddenly a white guy. Imagine my confusion. Yeah, the Spawn does that. Omar's 90s image name, Omni Strike, Bloodbound, Death Book, or Cyberman. Oh, I like Omni Strike. That's awesome. There's my baby. Team Wally West 2. Dude, right? For me too, brother. Need that fail, Ghost Rider 29. Hey, be nice. I had some good artwork, though. Chris Bacalo. Where were you? I almost missed Craig's super chat, but he reminded me. Any intro Marvel read recommendations for someone who's strictly a DC fanboy, trying to dabble into Marvel? Hulk and Thor, Storm, Emma Frost. Those are 2 characters that interest me. Emma Frost. I love that you threw Emma and Storm. You got some good taste. Okay. Astonishing X-Men, if you're a big fan of Emma, and New X-Men. If you really want to see Emma where she shines, literally, because of her diamond skin. Hey, your hair looks good.
Thank you.
I even noticed.
You even noticed.
That's where I would start with Emma Frost. For Storm, there are some wonderful stories. But Uncanny one is my favorite because you see the evolution of the character. Hulk and Thor are your favorites. So Jason Aaron's Thor, it's a great way to read the book. And I didn't get that one, baby.
Okay.
And for Hulk,
thank you guys.
Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk reads almost like a Vertigo comic. So if you like DC, that's the approach I would take. So those are my 2 cents, Mike. And I hope you enjoy them, man. That's a good video idea. Thank you, Mike. Write that down. What's his name? Some coffee. Get him some coffee.
I didn't quite follow what was going with that. Now, here, you read this.
I've already.
The gifts are right here. You said they were missing gifts?
No, I forgot to do the gifts.
Oh, okay. R0, you get Newt. You did one though.
I did one because it was Kevin Conroy.
Perhaps you can ask your pal Peter about reprinting Marvel Swimsuit 90s issues, maybe as a gallery edition or hardcover. Asking for a friend. Well, this is the most perfect one, isn't it? Pingu for this super chat.
No, it is not.
Thank you, RC.
My friend Peter Gabriel, related to David Gabriel. Marvel Swimsuit is one of my most wanted omnis. I ain't even gonna lie. A gallery edition? Nah, man, let's do monster size edition Marvel swimsuits. That could be 6 of those, so you can rip out the posters and hang them on your wall. Looking at you, Psylocke.
Like the poster you have over there.
Honda Lorian sent that to me. Thank you, Honda Lorian. Is he in the chat? A well-kept place. He usually watches later. Was the Cosmic God Rider Jacob?
Thank you guys very much for the compliments.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, what about Psycho Cleveland? I was like, wait till I show up about hair.
He's somewhere. He's like riding a bike somewhere.
Yelling at a cloud.
He's riding a bike somewhere. Was the Cosmic Ghost Rider Omni story good? Is there a Cosmic Ghost Rider story? Is that the character a more recent creation? Yes. If you don't know anything about him, it's a lot of fun. Now you can get most of the stories in the Marvel universe by Donny Cates, the Cosmic Universe by Donny Cates. But if you want to just focus on the character of Ghost Rider, Cosmic Ghost Rider, then pick up that Omnibus. Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. The baby Thanos story is freaking awesome.
Click that. There we go. I believe there's a Storm-centric digest release called Aurora Before the Storm that people can check out.
Yeah, I kept that one up there. That one's written, I believe, by Greg Pak. And that one shows like her origin as a kid. But honestly, I always suggest people, if you want to see the true evolution of a character done right, oh my gosh, Uncanny X-Men volumes 1 through 3. By the time she takes over leadership of the Morlocks, so good. Then later on during the Mutant Massacre, when she doesn't even have any powers, I mistook. Yeah, I know, man. I mistook David Gabriel for Peter Gabriel of Sledgehammer. So somebody else does that too.
Your sledgehammer.
Look at you.
Won't you call my name?
Thanks for the recommendations. I love to see you do a video on that. Thank you for that suggestion. That's a good idea. I like that.
FYI, PRH is still showing Spectacular Spider-Man for November 22nd. Same with Amazon and the like.
Really? Okay. Well, that's good news because they moved it then. Moved it up. So good. Thank you so much for that. Because they were moving things around last week, and I started noticing that some things are March, and I saw that in December. I'm like, hey, should you read DC's Wonder Comics? Sure, Wonder Comics. Like Wonder Woman, Wonder Girl. Do they have a Wonder comic? I'm not sure which comic. Sorry.
Let me tell you, Perez's Gods and Mortals Wonder Woman. Woo-wee! This is one of my favorite books to read for the book club.
I'm so glad you're liking it because I love that book.
Man, the art and the story and the script, the dialogue. Because who helps him? It's like he's plotting it, Perez, and drawing it, but then somebody scripts it.
Oh, is it Brett? What is his name? Greg Potter? I can't remember.
If you're in the book club, people are. Who is it? And so you can join in our Patreon, the $7.77 tier.
Oh, it's the pop-up
enjoy the book club. It's also the Ask Me Anything, which is scheduled for Friday next week.
I believe so, yeah.
And well, that got the most votes.
Did it? I thought it was Wednesday.
Oh, we didn't already announce
the AMA. I did announce, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, Friday.
And next Wednesday's the book club, right? At 9.
Yeah.
Hey, Amanda and I have a show at that time. I mean, you can still do the book club.
You didn't put it on the calendar.
I don't need to put things on the calendar.
Well, yes, we do if we're going to work together, right?
Near my condition when your wife slides in at the last minute just to argue with you.
There's a bunch of other stuff there. Okay. Now that we've gotten off track.
Thank you. Wonder Comics was Bendis' DCU imprint. Thank you for that. Should you read it? Sure, read it. And if you enjoy it, more power to you. I thought it was the young, what was it? Not Young Animal, Young something imprint. Yeah, that situation with the unnamed in the Flash thing sucks. But also keep in mind there are dozens of other creators involved in that. Absolutely. That have nothing to do with it. And so don't let one bad egg ruin the work. Absolutely 100% agree with that. Now that Mel's here, feels like a true Saturday stream. Thanks, Heath. It didn't when I was trying to handle this on my own. Naomi's a wonder. I thought it was another name for that. I actually like Naomi. I thought it was a good book.
I know.
Reminded me
Baby,
of
you were
Miles
way
Morales.
behind in the chat.
I was way behind.
It's
I'm
okay.
just glad you're here. Len Wein. It was Greg Potter. Thank you. Greg
Okay.
Potter and Len Wein took over for scripting after that. Yep.
Gotcha.
Omar's calendar's in my palm. I have a calendar. I use it now. I just didn't know I need to put sorry, bro. Gotta agree. Put stuff on the calendar.
Yeah, thank you.
Really? She just showed up. I've been here the whole time. You gotta agree with her? All right. It's got Young Justice, Wonder Twins, and Naomi. Okay, I like Naomi. Young Justice, it's his take on Young Justice. That it was okay. I did not read Wonder Twins though. What's up, Brian? Missing our one-on-one. That was on me the first time. It was on him the second time. That was funny. Back from Colombia, man. Love the right with the wide open eyes by Melanie. That's when you know you done messed up.
That when we see Race again, that wasn't Race though, because Race is all like pouty.
Okay, first of all, Race is not real.
Race is real. My daughter twice she asked me like, where did she come from? I was like, she doesn't have an origin story yet. So for those of you who don't know, yes, I have my own symbiote. Her name is Race.
No, she doesn't. No, she's not. My wife is not crazy.
She helps me with the reviews. That Eddie Brock said I should do more on Venom because they're not biased.
Omar's palm reads
Melanie,
wife.
What? That, like the Palm electronic thing?
No, not that. He don't.
The Palm.
Nobody remembers
device?
that. Wonder Comics Young Justice, a whole series just to get the team together. Then it's Axe. That was annoying, wasting my time and money. Like I said, it was his take on Young Justice. I like the Young Justice. What? Bar didn't even. Bar just left here and just came back when you came back. She ain't been here the whole time.
Jancer Comics is this question?
From Heck, should I go for the localized edition in black and white or the color master edition in English?
The place you could say it.
The book, seriously. I know that the artist went in and did the colors, but I think the black and white, there's something special about that. Yeah, I knew that. That's why I read it. But there's something special about the black and white, the way it was intended to be read. That's just the way I am with a lot of things, though. Akira, I love the colors, but black and white is the way that it was intended to be read, so that's the way that I like it. Although the colors are nostalgic for me because that was the first time I ever read Akira was in color because of the Epic format or the Epic collections. These wonderful books right here.
Wonderful books.
I love these books, and hopefully one day we'll have like some kind of collected editions of these because these are all in color. Beautiful color by Paul Mounts too. Overseen, every frame overseen by Katsuhiro Otomo.
Chris?
Yes.
New Sweet Channel? Toes. There's your answer. Yes, I'm sticking with it. Toes.
What's your favorite part of a Wonder Woman's body?
You never see her toes.
Yeah, you do.
When? No, George Perez. It's classy.
Yes.
Classy.
There's nothing wrong with toes. What is wrong with you? This is the Saturday morning chat.
Remember? Oh my. The toes of the feet of a what's her face? That manga.
Oh yeah.
Artist.
You were all really about that. We stand with Race. No, don't encourage her, please.
Toes, Race eats toes.
I always assumed Wonder Twins was a Power Girl series. You get the joke?
Nope. Belgium from Belgium. I like that.
Wonder Twins, Melanie.
Yeah, Power Girls. Oh, okay, now I get it.
Sometimes you just have to read it slower. Because my wife is
like, what's the connection?
She has a master's in English.
Yeah,
Steve Oliff. Sorry, I don't know why I said Paul Mount. Steve Oliff. Thank you for that. It was Steve Oliff that did the colors.
I think the word was subservient. No, it was subsequent, but you said it weird. That's okay.
You know what? You say
I
weird
can't
things.
Talk sometimes.
The Flash collection he showed a few minutes ago was gorgeous. Oh yeah, you missed that. They never finished the series in those editions, which is mind-boggling to me. Yeah, the final volume never came out. I'm hoping one day I see one of, you know how we see custom Omnis online, and I'll be fighting an arm and a leg with somebody over that in a bidding war because those are some of my most wanted. Because they're all available digitally.
I saw the Flash collection because it's always on the kitchen table. Or
no,
your books are always on the kitchen table.
Okay, can we not do that? These Flash collections from Brett.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. I'm imagining that when Reyes takes over, she looks suspiciously Melmacian.
Man, on Amazon, it still shows up like suggestions for what to buy, right? It's always the Alf mask that I've looked at Halloween.
Hey, Omar, is long shot gallery edition time? Make it so.
Make it so.
I'm gonna go back to my comment that I had with Nat T. If you think I got any say in what they print, I mean, from time to time I get a new Warriors Omnibus Volume 2 that's been years in the making. That's about it. That's what I get. But I do have some gallery editions to announce. I just haven't said. One I've hinted at, and the other one I haven't hinted at. So that one I may announce it on a Saturday once I get the art from David. Hello, you smell of cheese.
We're having a cheese party.
How much cheese is too much cheese? Any amount of cheese is too much cheese on a date. Thoughts on Cassie Petrie? Oh my gosh, say the name right, Melanie.
No, I can't pronounce names. Oh, it's all apart.
Cassie Petrie. How do you say it? I have a question. Who is?
You're looking it up.
Who's Cassie Petrie? I see somebody with a PhD. Good for her. She's a doctor in acute medicine, mental illness sufferer and survivor, mama 4. I think I'm looking at the wrong lady. Did you check out Cassie Petrie's new comic, 10? What is it called, Niche? That's what I need to know. Look, somebody got that Always Sunny reference. My man, Charlie. Philanthropist.
Sometimes
I can't say it. I just say it so often. Omar, that sweet 12-year-old kid has been asking me all week. The books are being shipped this week to you. You're on my list of the next batch of books. So 3rd batch is out this week, 4th batch, and then 5th batch. And oh my gosh, I'm done with giveaways for a while. God bless you all. Will we ever get a Reverse Flash omnibus? Is there enough material for a reverse? Because all the good stories have already been collected in Omni format, right? I guess if you put Professor Zoom with Reverse Flash, yeah. She's cute in medicine. I miss my calling.
Thank you, Horror of One. And Josh was
asking
thank
you,
about
Horror One.
Christmas book. What books are on your Christmas list this year? You know, it'd be nice. A great box set. Reapy. Oh, I don't have my phone. What's her last name? Oh, you got it. Kupar. She's a poet and she's amazing. I love a box
That's
set
not a graphic novel.
So, and a nice box set is Space Odyssey, because I got all of the paperbacks, but I love the first 2 so much that
okay. Looks like I'm on the hunt for normal people books.
Normal people.
Cassie Copel Petrie. What was the book that she released?
She's making me say all the names.
Because now I'm really confused and destroying people's names. Melanie, how is the George Perez Wonder Woman reading for NMC Book Club going?
It's amazing. It's like my favorite, one of my favorites, at least of the book club books we've done.
When will you bring back giveaways?
What do you think?
When we hit the next milestone, we'll do it. I promise.
You said I'm done.
I'm done for a while though, because oh my gosh, it's a lot of books, a lot of wrapping, a lot of going to the post office, a lot of money.
Oh, we got some secret conversations going on.
Will you two stop?
Making fun of us.
No,
they're making fun
it's
of
just
us.
Barb with her secret account going, I'm gonna get extra books.
Oh, this is
Chat has been taken over by the Ascanny.
Oh, I thought it was ASCII.
Shout out for Lexi who did poos. Melanie? Sometimes I feel like people just want me to say things.
Wait, did you do Walt's Comic Shop?
Yes, I did.
Oh, did you sing it?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
Besides comic books, do you read novels? She does. I don't have time. I wish I did. I just don't anymore. No, I do. I will do audiobooks though if I'm going on a trip. But what was it? Because I wanted to read the House of the Dragons book. So that one's I downloaded it. I just haven't read it yet. Melanie, what books have you read lately?
I just said.
Oh, okay. She just answered.
Wait, anything? No, right now I'm reading Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman because I never read it before, and I really like it. I got confused about the babies though, and I'm reading through, and I'm like, oh wait, I don't think this character is who I think it is. And it's not confusing. I only read a little bit at a time, so I forgot what was going on.
The Thing Omnibus. Yes, I did open it. And I thought I showed it before, but just in case you didn't see it, the back has got the orange Rocky Thing pattern. Very cool. It's clobbering time. This is the Ron Wilson cover. So I believe this is the direct market cover, I'm going to say.
Oh, you did the Ting.
Of course I did the
That's
Ting.
Good. Oh, I'm also reading Prince Caspian of the Narnia series with my daughter, Alicia.
This is what the board on the art on board looks like.
What if I got my hair dyed that purple?
You're like Valentina.
Who's
and from what's it called? She was in Hawkeye.
Oh.
Printed at the iMac printer.
I haven't watched it.
The Thing on his solo adventures. Apparently, Ron Wilson was a huge guy. Like, so big that he kind of looked like Power Man, is what people said. This is completely worth owning the book for.
Oh, here.
I love Ron Wilson's artwork, but this right here, the Hulk and the Thing by Jim Starlin and Bernie Wrightson. So it's Bernie Wrightson drawing these huge characters. Oh, man. Look at that in oversized format. Love it. It's been a long time since I've read some of these stories, too.
Where's the...
What are you looking for, baby?
Going to...
Ultimate Spider-Man?
Yeah. Wasn't it back here?
Yeah, it's right here. Do you want to see it?
That's what somebody was asking.
There you go.
And hey, Big Stu.
What's up, buddy?
Both. Red Heart. What's upcoming? Wait, is it beating? I can't see what's behind it. What's upcoming this week on the bestest channel ever? Did I red question mark? Did I miss any new announcements coming soon? Red question mark. Big thanks. Thumbs up. Purple Heart.
The Marvel Masterworks announcements is coming sometime this week. It will be all the way from September to January of 2024. And let's see. So Monday will be the overview of Ultimates, the newest printing. And then Sunday will be the Invaders Omnibus. And then the family review of Uncanny X-Men Volume 2. My daughters are going through Black Panther now. And then next will be Namor Volume 1. Tuesday will be the trades. And I love the Pride Day Chronicles. Wednesday is when I'm going to do the best Spider-Man, the top 15 best Spider-Man stories and where to find them in collected editions. I know, I thought about that too. January, I said it, January of 2024. That's how far in advance they plan Marvel Masterworks. Because keep in mind, with those, that's where the art restoration and color restoration comes in. So they have to know ahead of time what the next project is they're working on. Thursday, what was Thursday? Is Thursday the Transformers Reading Order Part 1? I think that's when I'm gonna release that one. And Friday should be the upcoming DC collected editions solicitations. I already have the Marvel one. I've had the Marvel one for a couple of weeks for March of 2023. I was just waiting till after Thanksgiving to release it, doing live with my buddies. And I'm gonna ask Bo to come on because he's wanting to come on, and he's Omnibo.
He lives internationally.
He lives in Australia.
Jack,
Omar.
thank you for the super chat. So we spoke of Storm earlier. Here we go.
Omar, which comic writers, in your opinions, have the best story structure and plotting in their stories? All right, well, come on, man. You got Chris Claremont. No, seriously, Chris Claremont. Yeah, love his stuff. Roy Thomas has his moments too, seriously, especially if he's writing something he loves. That's why I love the fact that he's writing Invaders. He's just having fun with that book. Jeff Johns is another one. Brian K. Vaughan. I really like the way that he does the story structures.
Yeah, I like his face.
Grant Morrison, but you have to be in a mood for Grant Morrison because sometimes their stories are just so out there. They're just insane at times. I honestly really like what Chip Zdarsky does too in Daredevil.
Mm-hmm. Jack, this is a good question.
It's a really good question. It makes me think like because there's a difference in enjoying a good story, right? But then story structure and plotting their stories out is a little bit different. Of course, some of them don't get to live out the plotting because unfortunately, they get pulled from a book or the book gets canceled. So,
do you recommend Strangers in Paradise? Yes, he does.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Top 10 favorite non-superhero graphic novel all time. I love that book.
And your buddy that you're sending books to. What is the
that's
difference between normal comics and graphic novels?
Normal comics. I like that. Single issues are what makes up the graphic novels. So graphic novels has taken a change. The term used to mean like original books, like A Contract with God or the Marvel graphic novel line. That's where like the Death of Captain Marvel or X-Men God Loves Man Kills was first printed. They originally came out in a bigger format. That in the early aughts got changed, that term of graphic novels, to anything that is collected, like these books are.
All you had to
in
do
a weird
was
ways.
read
Graphic novels.
Thing.
So pretty much it's just single issues put together in one big book. So there's like, for example, about, I want to say, oh my goodness, this has a lot of books. This has about 40 plus issues, comics, normal comics as you call them, in one book, except it's oversized too, so the trim size is bigger. You know, as a matter of fact, I do have a video on my channel telling you the differences in the different collected editions.
As a matter of fact.
I
was showcasing some comics to my students yesterday to be like, hey, you can check these out, but I understand you're not going to go over the bookshelf and look at them. So here, this is this. And there are a couple of normal books over there too.
What happened to the Spectacular Spider-Man Omnibus? It's still coming. As a matter of fact, somebody just said it's coming in November, not December. Omar, Melanie, is there a superhero movie franchise you'd want to see continued in comic format in the way they continued Burton's Batman and Donner's Superman? What did I enjoy that I was so...
Where are you?
Firefly. No, they did that. But superheroes? Zack Snyder's Justice League. I actually like that movie. I like that.
Good for you.
I thought it was good. I thought it was good. And I don't think people said I'm not supposed to like it, but I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. I'm trying to think what would I like to see continue. Honestly, Nolan's Batman, just to see what that Robin would have done. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Melanie
lost the bet.
I had to make coffee.
Yeah, what was that?
I did say pretty please.
I said like, pretty please. You don't have to.
I said, you don't have to, but it'd be really nice if you did. Bro, I need more of your top 10s, where to start reading videos. They're coming. I do one every month. There are a lot of work to put together because I want to make sure the right information gets across. Sometimes I talk so much, my brain is not as fast as my mouth, so I start spilling out a lot of things and I goof up. Like I just talked about Paul Mounts. I'm like, Paul Mounts didn't do the colors. Somebody corrected me on that. Thank you for that. It was Steve Oliff that did the colors for that. That's what kind of started the whole Steve Oliff movement to computer colors. Thank you, JG, for the super sticker, my brother. Is that your pop figure? Who is that?
I can't see. We need our progressive lenses. Hey, Graham. Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Say hi and ask how you're doing. Good. How are you?
How are you, buddy?
How's it going? Have you had a birthday lately? Because we always want to say 12, but maybe that was a year ago.
Graham's staying 12 years old since I've met him, so that's how old he is.
Okay.
He ain't ever grown up. If you like strangers, try Private Beach.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you for that suggestion.
I'm forgetting the.
Yeah, you're not doing your job. I'm gonna have to replace you with a bot.
Here's some blue beans.
A Russian bot.
Girls City Free. I can't remember what it said.
What?
What it said. The bot.
Oh, yeah. Did you block them or was it somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
That was you?
And Ben and.
Oh, thank you all.
James.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Mystique CC books and the Emma Frost CC? What's CC?
Complete collections.
Oh, okay. Are they worth getting?
Mystique was really good at the beginning, but it was written by Brian K. Vaughan. And Brian K. Vaughan lays a mystery in there that doesn't get solved. Because sadly, he left the book, and then Sean McKeever took over the book, and it just didn't feel the same. So half of it is really good. The other half, okay. I didn't like the Emma Frost book. It was an Emma Frost story that took place in her past. And it was funny because Greg Horn did the covers. So it's like Emma Frost looking all sexy. Nobody told her that she was supposed to be in middle school. So when he was doing covers, he was just drawing her all sexied up. And he was like, oh, that's awkward. So he started changing the covers later on. Yeah.
It's EVH Pop.
EVH Pop. What's EVH Pop?
But
okay.
That's what JG said.
Okay. Oh, okay. EVH Pop. It's EVH. EVH. What does that mean? Is it somebody famous? Oh my gosh, I feel old.
I did not see Wakanda Forever, but Omar, you really liked it.
I did like it. I gave it no spoilers, but I gave it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was good. I thought they did what they could with that particular movie. Oh, Spider-Man and Gwen in the back. What does that mean? Look for that overview coming soon. Thank you.
What
baby.
does that mean? So there you go.
Guys, would you please show? Oh, you're welcome, Maja. Hi. Hello from Sweden, Melanie. When is the Alf? Do you have a number 2?
Number 2 review coming.
Did you do a number 1?
Some of my issues.
Oh, that was
Remember, I was
godsend.
looking before I got them written. No. I was looking before New York Comic Con so I can make a list of what I already had, and surely I do. Wait. Let me give you an Alf gift.
Can we not ever talk about Alf? What is with you guys?
Alf gift. Look at him go. The Alf gift.
Boy, you're in a good mood today when you get your hair did. Watch out now. We're going to Bucky's today.
Bucky O'Hare.
Super sticker from Bar.
Wait, Bar, I'm so sorry, but I have to show this.
What's happening? Melanie. Wait, don't block that person. I think I know who it is. But that is really good. Moderators, don't block that person, please.
Eddie Van Halen, okay.
Oh, Eddie Van Halen, thank you. Soft cover Melanie. Oh, soft cover Melanie.
Question mark. What are you reading now?
Look at all the people yelling at me. Eddie Van Halen, you idiot. I'm sorry.
Thank you for asking.
I don't know what
actually, I've said 3 different times.
Well, she wasn't
whatever.
here. And she's probably still
you keep
not
going
here.
back and forth, huh? Yeah, you're probably not here now.
She's probably still not here.
They're becoming sassy.
Sassy. Yeah. Whenever we get those super stickers, we get all sassy.
Okay. Oh, I had to quit laughing. So short version: Wonder Woman by Perez and Good Omens by Neil Patrick Harris.
Nope.
Terry Pratchett
and Neil Gaiman. There you go. You almost had it.
Chronicles of Narnia, specifically Prince Caspian by C.S. Lewis. Thank you for asking. What are you watching?
Hey, poor man.
What are you watching? What are you reading?
Chronicles of Pride name. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm reading so much. Joe Golem. Any idea when Black Panther by Priest will be released? I still don't have my copy, so maybe January is what it might look like. Hot single issues. Find them near you. Thank you all for making my wife laugh nonstop.
When I was at the salon, I thought about of course it'd be my name though. I was gonna type whatever the bot typed. Oh man. Okay. That's right. It's since we moved.
Oh, he's somewhere.
It's somewhere.
He's in the back.
I'm pretty sure he's in that room.
He's hanging.
He's in that room.
What do you think of Green Lantern movie? No.
I like how
Oh
no, what's his name? I like how he makes fun of it.
Ryan Reynolds?
Yes, Ryan Reynolds makes fun of it.
I like Mark Strong as Sinestro. That's it. That movie was bad.
Bad. Why? No.
I'm sorry.
Good. I'm glad you.
You know what?
You
What
like
matters
it.
is
Yeah,
if you like it. Omar, why haven't you done a custom? Why are you even asking this question?
That's my goal in the next 5 years because I just keep forgetting about it.
Can't wait for your Miles Morales Omnibus Volume 2. I bought Volume 1 because of your first review. Oh, I was serious. I love that story. Not even a Bendis fan. I love that story. 2010 was a dumpster fire. I took my friends to see it, and he was like, "Green Lantern has such great mythos, man." And then the movie happened, and I'm not. I mean, if you like it, that's all that matters. Don't be calling me bad names with Bar over there. Omar, what did you do with Melanie's Alf English? I did not do anything with those books. She's missing them. I don't know.
Let's see. So
I did want to get to Alex for a second.
Go.
Thank you very much for answering my noob question. Oh, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We've all been there. I still have a lot of questions. Last one for Omar and the chat.
Ryan Reynolds' name.
Ryan. What is with you? What did they put in that dye?
I even skipped Starbucks because I came here in a hurry.
All right. Since I'm upgrading, besides eBay, what's the best way to sell my floppies? honestly, I've seen a lot of people. So a lot of my viewers started doing Whatnot, and they started doing um, Facebook Marketplace and Facebook groups that let you sell single issues, and Reddit groups that let you sell single issues. Yeah, so you can go that route. You don't have to stick to eBay. Hi guys, what is up? Great day at Thought Bubble. Met Lanning. Oh, I'm jealous. Ewing, Gillen, Wilson. Got my stamp set signed by Wildman. Oh, dude. Thank you
so
for
this
the
is
stamps.
a con? A thought bubble?
I like that name too.
Oh, that's cool.
I think Mel, weren't you supposed to bring me coffee?
I just said I skipped Starbucks.
Oh, to come right here. That's how much she loves you all.
Because it was taking too long. Too long.
Mm-hmm.
Thought the CG was good in it.
I don't
even notice things
remember
like
the
CG.
CG in it. It was not. Yeah.
Look, palm to the face, to the forehead.
Omar, was Berserk Deluxe Edition Volume 12 received this week? My local comic book shop hasn't received it.
Dude, Comics asked this like 2 hours ago.
I'm sorry, Comics. It's supposed to be, but I'll tell you what, I usually don't get my books from Dark Horse until the book market gets them. They made an exception because they know how much I love Berserk for Berserk 41 for Melanie, or 42,
That's
I'm sorry.
really nice.
41? Yeah, 41. For Melanie, I had to do an advanced review of, but
you read it first.
Yeah. Oh man, I love that story. So, but Volume 12 should be there. The book market, I think, is the end of November.
But we read the last chapter together.
Yeah.
You only got Alicia to turn down Simpsons.
That book means a lot to me.
Supreme Omega, thank you for the super chat. Go ahead and read it, baby.
Okay. I know people like Morrison's Bat Run, but I feel like it created problems in the mythos. To me, Morrison works best under a leash, like JLA and Animal Man.
Oh, wait. Since it's DC.
Morrison Morrison made Batman into a computer with a backup hard drive. How many gifts does he get for that? Are you making up for the gifts that I didn't do? That's how Morrison writes Batman. I actually like it. I like the things that they added to the mythos. I'm okay with that. I really like the addition of Damian Wayne. Final Crisis, 7 times read it. I still prefer Infinite Crisis, but I get what they were doing with that story. R.I.P. If you've not read it, doesn't really stand for rest in peace. Still confusing from time to time, but I get where they were going with it. Have you guys read any of the new Berserk chapters? No, I have a rule in my brain, in my house. I don't read Berserk until it's physical, and I've been like that for decades. I love that book so much. I'm thinking of getting my Starman series done, custom bound. What was the first one? Excalibur. I did Excalibur volumes 1 and 2 because I thought I'm going to choose a series that Marvel will never make an omnibus of. Thank you. I was wrong.
What? No, I didn't want you to shake the table.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't have that problem when I was here by myself.
Yeah, right. I saw you shake the table.
Okay.
Did you finish your thought?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Did he finish his thought?
I don't know. Not much. Thank you,
Alex, for the super chat.
But thank you very much for the answers and advices. You're very kind, sir. Oh, thank you, man. It's my pleasure. It's the whole reason that I love doing this channel, because I myself, I had a lot of questions starting out, and there wasn't anybody to talk to. I found the Marvel Masterworks forum, and sometimes those guys were great for advice, and then sometimes they were just like not great for advice. And I think it happens. You're going to run into people sometimes that love to give you advice, no matter how many times they hear the same question over and over. And then other people that, as the young kids call it, gatekeeping. Apparently not the young kids. It's been a term for a long time. Phil Damien is why both Tim and Cass got sidelined. Cassie. Yeah, I think Damien definitely sidelined Tim. I mean, that was the whole purpose when he... that scene when he shoves Tim down the bat cave and Tim's just laying there because he trusted Damien. I was like, oh man, they're not gonna do my boy like that. Yeah. Is it legal to use PDF?
Is it illegal to use PDFs to custom bond stuff if you bought them through Comixology or Humble Bundle?
I don't know. I mean, I've done my custom. Okay, one of my best friends is a copyright lawyer. He will say yes, because you're taking a property that belongs and licensed by somebody that does not belong to you, and you did not get permission to do it. He's also a copyright lawyer. So all my custom Omnis I own, completely not legal, of course, because they were custom by somebody else and not DC, not Marvel, not Image. So I don't know. I think it's one of these things that really depends on you. If you're not selling it, you're not making a profit, I don't see a problem with it. So thanks for another great live show. Thank you, Rahul.
Yeah, it's 1.
Oh, dude, it's 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
Is it really?
I didn't notice
I
because
actually
joined
talk
so
too much
late.
sometimes. So that's how I thank you. Okay, I talk a lot, so you're in the right place. Omar not doing legal things is what the name of this episode is not called, just to make sure that YouTube knows. At this moment, I just want to remind everybody to smash that like button. Please subscribe if you haven't been subscribed yet, and hit that bell for notifications. Check out cheapgraphicnovels.com, our sponsor here in America. If you want cheap books, up to 50% off. They may be having a Black Friday sale. I'll find out more information as the day goes on, as the week goes on. And that's it for today. Everyone stay healthy and safe out there. Love y'all.
Stay minty.
All right, baby. Sign us off.